The Success Factor Foundation is a proud sponsor of the Autumn Joy Live Show, cultivating a growth mindset, empowering communities through STEM, wellness, and holistic development. So Full Catering is a proud sponsor of the Autumn Joy Live Show, putting the soul back in food.
It's the Autumn Joy Live Show. Autumn Joy Live. It's the Autumn Joy Live Show. Autumn Joy Live. It's the Autumn Joy Live Show. Autumn Joy Live. It's the Autumn Joy Live Show. Autumn Joy Live. What's your favorite TV show? Autumn Joy Live. What's your favorite TV show? Autumn Joy Live.
Whoa! Whoa! It is a packed house tonight. Hey, Live Squad! Wow. Welcome to another episode of the Autumn Joy Live Show. So let's start talking about what I've been up to. I decided to spend my birthday giving back. So I hosted my very first fundraiser event for the Autumn Joy Live Foundation. And guess what, y'all? We raised $2,500 for foster youth right here in the Prince George's County area. So thank you to each and every one of you that donated. Now, in true Aquarius fashion, because we celebrate our birthday all month long, I decided to go up to New York City and I hung out at the Sherry Shepherd Show. Yes. Y'all, she was so dope and amazing. I had the opportunity to chat with her one-on-one, told her all about my little show here called the Autumn Joy Live Show in the DMV, and how one day I aspire to be just like her and to have my show on a national level. She also offered words of encouragement and even gave my dad a shout out. Hey, Daddy. Thank you, Sherry, for your kind words. And of course, I'll see you at the top, sis. I also partnered with the National Harbor for Black History Month to feature Black-owned businesses for their Legacy in Motion campaign. Make sure you head over to the harbor and support your locally owned businesses. Lit 106 is still the #1 most streamed urban radio station on all platforms like Apple Music, Odyssey, Spotify, Audiolist, and of course Alexa. If any of you all have any smart speakers, all you gotta do is say, Alexa, play Lit 106 Skill, and bam, we pop right up. All right, y'all, don't go away. Coming up, we're bringing back the Hollywood Crunch, and boy, oh boy, do we have a lot to chat about. We'll be right back.
Each year, there are more than a dozen significant tropical and winter storms that threaten the East Coast. So chances are there will be more hurricanes and blizzards near here again. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has all the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
All right, y'all, welcome back. Now let's get right into your Hollywood Crunch. First up, ASAP Rocky was found not guilty on 2 counts of felony assault with a semi-automatic firearm. ASAP had the internet up in a tizzy after video footage surfaced of him literally doing a barrel roll over the wall that separated him from his mama and Rihanna. Did y'all see that? Oh my goodness. He was like Superman flying over that wall. But listen, I'd literally be jumping for joy too if I was looking at facing over 10 years in prison and a hefty fine. Yeah. Now, once details began to emerge, it was pretty clear that ASAP Relly, the person that was accusing Rocky, was looking for a quick cash grab. Well, I'm happy Riri got her boo back and just in time for her birthday. Happy birthday, Rihanna. All right, y'all, next up, Kanye West. Oh boy. I mean, yay, because he done changed his name. He took to X to make the following statement. He says, quote, "After further reflection, I've come to the realization that I am, in fact, not a Nazi." End quote. Oh, okay, Ye. Sounds to me like after Ye went on yet another anti-Semitic rant, he came to the realization that he is in fact still a black man in America and wasn't treated with the same kitten gloves as someone who, let's just say, doesn't share the same ethnicity as him would. My advice to Kanye is to stop forgetting to take your meds, boo, and please take a long, extended, forever break from social media. Okay, y'all agree with that? Okay. Lastly, pop star Neo recently came under fire for his polyamorous relationship. Now, for those of you that don't know what that is, let's just say it's when someone is in an exclusive relationship with 2 or more people. Yeah, well, let's say consenting people, shall we? Now, he received major backlash because he ended his years-long marriage with Crystal Renee to engage in said lifestyle. And folks on social media continue to show their disdain for his unconventional ways. Well, Neo has finally responded to the haters by posting a video of himself wearing a t-shirt, simply reading, "Fun fact, I don't care." Well, there's that. Well, all right. I guess if you like it, we love it, Neo. All right, y'all. Don't go away. Coming up next, I'm sitting down with the couple who went viral for only spending $99 on their wedding. Yeah, y'all heard that correctly. Stay close. We'll be right back.
When I got the opportunity to get her, there wasn't no choice. I told myself, I'm gonna take custody of my daughter. It's my baby. That's what we're supposed to do as men. Take care of our home, build a foundation, you know what I'm saying? Love, our money, she's my purpose. I'm here to walk with her, hold her hand until she can walk alone. Ain't nothing like being a father in this world.
All right, y'all, welcome back. My first guests are a dynamic power couple who've been happily married for 25 years and the heart behind Sledge House Media Live Squad. Please give a warm welcome to Eddie and Christina Sledge. Woo! Hello! Good to see you. Hi. Hi, Christina. So good to see you. Hi. Come on, have a seat. I would say welcome, but you all are literally super Live Squad fans. I feel like the Sledges have been to literally almost all of the tapings for the Autumn Joy Live show.
Yes.
And so it's really cool to finally have you on the couch so that everybody can get to know how dynamic you both are. So y'all give it up again for my good friends here, the Sledges. And not just that, y'all, they just recently celebrated their 25th wedding anniversary. Yes, happy anniversary. Okay, so you all's story has been described as a journey for the ages, a journey of love, if you will. How in the world do you go from a $99 wedding to 25 years of marital wedding bliss? What is it?
Well, for me, she wouldn't let me go. So, but since we met in high school, we loved each other. So it was just love there, and you just love each other and know what we're fighting for, and we stick by each other. So.
Yeah, and it started with just us wanting to be together. It didn't matter if we couldn't afford the wedding. We just wanted to be married to each other. So that was the most important thing.
Yeah, I know, Christina, you went through some rough patches. Didn't he like break up with you and then you took him back, girl.
I did. He broke up with me on my 16th birthday, y'all. 16th birthday, yes.
Eddie, how could you, Eddie? How could you?
I had insecurity, so at the time I didn't know, but I didn't know what she wanted. I thought she wanted someone that was fly with all the nice clothes and polo and all that, but I was broke, so I only had fatigues on. Only fatigues, that's all it was. So I thought sooner or later she was gonna break up with me, so I just ripped the Band-Aid off and
I didn't want to. I loved him for who he was, but the next day, the funny thing is, he asked to go back out.
Yeah.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
He did.
Look
That's
at
what
you.
he
You're
did.
beautiful. You would have been crazy to not go back out with her.
Yeah, she told me no, but we saw each other off and on, but yeah.
Yeah.
And then we went off to our separate ways. We went to, I went to university at Temple University. He went to the Army, and then fate brought us back together.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. I love that. And so with that, in that tone, let's talk about some monumental moments that really helped mold your relationship and get you to that 25-year mark.
Oh, yeah. I think it was, our partnership. Like, from the beginning, we both were working on degrees at the same time. Like, I was working on mine. he was working on his. And through those years, we learned that one of us will take the driver's seat, the other one didn't mind. There was no egos taking the passenger seat. And so that helped us through like the rough parts. We even had a time when we both were unemployed, at the same time. And so what got us through was really our love for each other and just the mutual respect that we could do anything together.
Yeah. What about you, Eddie?
Graduations, staying up late at night, seeing her do her thing, and I'm doing my thing. And you know, when we first got married, we was automatically a military couple, and we didn't know anything about that. You know, so in the military, once they tell you to do something, you have to do it. So we as a new couple, we didn't understand that, you know, I can't say no. So it was a lot of times she had to stay home by herself at night and couldn't do this, couldn't do that. So once we got over that hump, we just kept rolling, smooth sailing.
I love that. So what are some nuggets that you can give to single folks, you know, folks that are dating and folks that are just starting out in their marriage and folks that are well into their marriage? I know that's a lot, but it seems like you all have been through all of that.
For single people, we watch a lot of single shows like 90 Day Fiancé and all that stuff, and Ready to Love and stuff. So single people, I guess you could just say trust your gut. Because once you're on these shows or you see someone that you actually know and you see red flags, believe they're red flags. Don't brush it off and say they burgundy. Believe they red flags.
Guilty of that. Sometimes the red flags look a little orange, right? You know, they're small flags. You know.
But if you see red, you know it's red.
Yeah,
and I think the other thing is a lot of times as a woman, I had a checklist, right, of what I wanted in a man when I was single. But then I realized, you know, I had to throw that out the water because some of the things that his qualities weren't on that checklist. But he was the man for me. And I think it's just being a little open-minded and recognizing that it's about love. And, you know, a lot of times it's about building something together.
Yeah, maybe that's what I need to be, a little more open-minded. Because, you know, I like a man with a little bit of hair, so I'll be, you know, brushing off the bald dudes. So maybe I'll give the bald guys a little chance. Okay. So what about the folks that are married and may be somewhat struggling in their relationship? What piece of advice can you offer them, you know, to help them remember the love and the vows that they took in the beginning of that marriage?
Yeah, we have like a five-step process that we didn't know we did until we talked about it. Yeah. So what was your first key to success?
I always say laughter every day. Just keep it fun. Remember, even through the tough times, you want to laugh with each other. I know for him and me, we've known each other for like 33 years, so we have lots of inside jokes. That keeps us through the day. Like every day we're laughing about things. And then the other things, like I mentioned before, just that partnership and recognizing that you're there together and you're there to build something together.
So another thing we do is 10-second rule. So we know if we kiss each other or touch each other, 10 seconds of connection, we know that it's going to go past second base.
Yeah.
And
that keeps it spicy.
Yeah, that always kept us coming. We didn't know it at the time, but then when we start writing books, we're like, yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah. You want to keep it spicy.
Yeah. We never sleep on the couch. So no matter how bad it got or we argue with each other, we went to bed mad at each other, but I'm not sleeping on the couch, you're not sleeping on the couch, we're sleeping in the same bed, and we just tough it out.
Yeah.
So we never sleep on the couch.
Move over. Move over. I get it.
I see you in the morning, but you're not sleeping on the couch.
And we don't sweep problems under the rug. Like we address it right away.
Have those tough conversations.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we don't let things fester. That's one thing that really we did at the onset of our marriage. Like the next day he wanted to have a divorce. He wanted to,
very next day. Very next day.
Boy, it's always the men sometimes.
And that was because we never lived with each other when we got married. So we got back together, reposed in 2 months. We got married 2 months, and that's when we started living together. And the very next day, we was in the supermarket. Now, I grew up with all men, so my thing was I saw them give affection to the women, the girlfriends. So that's what I wanted to do to her. So we was in the supermarket shopping, and in the freezer department, I started kissing on her and trying to fill her up.
I'm out of frozen peas. Hold on now. Okay.
So that was his love language.
That's my love language. But we didn't know that.
Right.
Yeah. So with our last couple of minutes, 'cause I do want to touch on, your media company. You guys have a lot. You have your memoir, The Story of Christina and I. You've got movies currently streaming. We're working together on my first kids book. So let's touch on that really quickly.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, everything started with us starting Sledge House Media. It's a multi-platform media company. We publish books, we produce films, we help authors with their books like you, Autumn Joy. Yes. And it started with our memoir, really just telling the story, telling our love story, how we had this automatic connection and we had this intertwined story that we wanted to share with everyone. So that's how we got into publishing books.
Yeah.
And then we said, you know what, this is going to be a movie one day. So
Yeah.
we created a documentary and we have a screenplay for a full-fledged book, movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know I was a writer, but I became a writer. So I do the writing, and she take care of the business. And when it comes to where we have to come together,
Yeah.
then we come together. And there's no egos. It's you stay in your lane, I stay in my lane, but we go help each other. So
Yeah.
yeah.
That's what I love the most about the Sledges, y'all. I mean, they really are a cute couple, just in person. Everywhere I go, they support each other. Last but not least, you all have a big event coming up, a collaboration that you invited me to in New York. Let's talk about that real quick.
So we have a collaboration with the New York Mets. We're being honored actually for our work with childhood literacy. It's going to be May 24th. It's a game with the New York Mets versus the LA Dodgers, so it's a really good matchup. So come support us. You'll be able to see us right on the field. So
Yeah.
it's a really good opportunity.
Yeah,
to,
and it's supporting your book, A Day at Shea, right?
Yeah,
children's book.
children's book, A Day at Shea, and it's about Eddie's true story of going to Shea Stadium as a kid, Mets game by himself, and so we wanted to honor that story, and then also young girls. We made the character a girl,
Yeah.
the love of sports and representation in the sport of baseball.
I gotta say, my 15-month-old loves that book. He flips through the pages, so thank you for that. Last but not least, where can my Live Squad connect with you? If there's any budding authors out there that want to maybe publish their book with you, if they want to follow up with you on social media, where can we find
Absolutely.
you?
SledgehouseMedia.com is our website. You can follow us on Instagram, Sledge House Media, and Facebook as well, and all the other platforms.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, Live Squad, give it up for Eddie and Christina Sledge. Wow. All right, y'all, don't go away because next up is my exclusive one-on-one with Grammy-nominated singer and DMV's own Kevin Ross. We'll be right back. Yes, thank you all. This was so...
In America, millions of families are facing hunger.
After rent and power, I can get groceries. It's sad to say food comes last. Anna from Texas.
The Feeding America network of food banks helps provide over 6 billion meals to people in need each year. Together, we can end hunger. Learn more at feedingamerica.org.
Yes. Welcome back, okay? As promised, joining me live in the studio, my very good friend, Grammy-nominated recording artist, Kevin Ross!
Thank y'all.
Listen, they screaming for you, Kevin. They love you. I love that. Kevin, thank you so much for coming and hanging out with me today. I really appreciate that.
Thank you for having me, Autumn.
Yeah. Now, speaking of Grammys, we might as well jump right into it. Did you get a chance to watch this year's Grammys?
I seen enough highlights for sure. Yeah. It was pretty cool.
Yeah. What were some of your takeaways, your favorite parts, moments, if you will?
Doechie's performance.
Oh my gosh.
Beyonce getting her just due as it pertains to Album of the Year.
Yes.
Yeah, give it up for B. And I think we talked about it early on as it pertains to just the representation of, melanated people, you know what I mean? And seeing us on camera in a great light.
Yeah,
So,
and I loved Doechie's, her speech.
Absolutely.
For me, it just really resonated, and I think a lot of people can attest to that, especially Black women.
Yeah.
I got somewhat emotional. I don't know if you felt that, but I really felt kind of an emotional moment. And we were kind of chatting. That was the first time I really watched it in its entirety and just absolutely enjoyed it. And you know what I noticed? A little bit of tea. They kept saying 13,000 voting members.
Yeah.
And they wanted to make sure they drilled that home so that folks knew, hey, y'all voted for this.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
This is, it's the Academy, and so is the Academy of our peers as creatives, and so they really increased the numbers over the past couple of years. So shout out to the Academy for, just doing right and moving the Academy forward.
Yes, I love that. And really quickly, you were nominated. What was your nomination for?
Ooh, so it was a nomination for a Toni Braxton record called Sex and Cigarettes.
Oh, I remember that. No, yes. You wrote on it, or
Yeah,
Okay, I
yep.
remember you told me that. Look at you.
Yeah.
And you went to Duke Ellington.
That's
Shout
right.
out to Duke
Shout out to
Ellington.
Northwest, yeah.
Yeah. So talk about really quickly your journey going through Duke Ellington, because I think they're trying to colonize it some now. You know, I'm just being honest. You know, I'm just, because my niece is trying to get in,
Yeah.
and before it was kind of our thing, right?
yeah.
And I do think it's kind of shifting some. So talk about your experience while you were there.
Ellington was a great training ground for me. I think that I got a lot of discipline there. I think it made us ahead of the curve as it pertains to just being ready as a creative and then dealing with the real world, right? So shout out to all of my teachers. That's Dr. Mary Jane Ayers, Stanley Weber, Dr. Samuel L.E. Bonds, and Dr. Edward Jackson. May he rest in peace. And so those were the four that really stood out as far as within the vocal department and pushing us, you know, us learning classical music and really just getting the foundations. And then, of course, you had your Motown, and that's where I kind of got my spark as it pertains to just fascinated with songwriting. So, like, hearing songs like, My Sherry Moore, lovely as a summer day, my Sherry Moore, pretty little one that I adore. You're the only girl my heart beats for. I wish that you were mine. So songs like that.
Chill bumps.
But songs like that piqued my curiosity as far as songwriting wise, and I started looking not necessarily at the classical performance route, but to say, okay, there's all of these classical composers, these jazz composers, and I'm like, I want for my music to live forever, but I need tools and keys in order for that to happen. And I think those teachers and that school in particular gave me the right foundation to move forward. So shout out to Ellington.
Shout out to Ellington,
Yes.
man. That's amazing.
Yes.
Yeah. So you are going on 11 years of doing music full time.
Full time,
I mean, okay, so what did you change in your habits? I mean, just everything overall to where you didn't require to, didn't have to go and get like a part-time job and still. So how are you able to do it full time? What did you change about yourself?
I think it was just consistency, to be honest. When I graduated from college, I went down to Atlanta, and I kind of had a little bit of money saved up, but I was just doing odd-end jobs in between my sessions in order to make things happen. And it wasn't until I decided to say, okay, either I'm going to sink or swim. I can't live in both of these worlds. And so I have to be committed. I got to be dedicated. And so that's what changed. And me really being intentional about the journey and about the process and saying, okay, whether it happens today, whether it happens 6 months from now or a year, I got to keep doing this every single day and show up to work. Even if I'm not inspired, I have to show up.
Yeah.
And so I think that's what changed.
Okay.
And
Not just that, but you became a daddy. Hello.
Yeah, that made a big change. for
Our babies
sure.
are right around this. How old's your son?
2.
2? Okay, yeah. My son's about to be 15 months.
Yeah.
So being a dad now,
Yeah.
I mean, of course, that grows you up, right?
Yeah.
But now you have another mouth to feed. Now you have somebody else to be concerned about.
Yeah.
But talk about that. Talk about fatherhood.
Fatherhood is amazing. It's definitely a huge responsibility, but I don't take lightly to it. It's a blessing, especially during this kind of season of my life. It couldn't have came at a better time for me to reflect, for me to impart the knowledge that I've been given through my parents, just through life experiences, onto my son. So it's been amazing. I mean, just like, me having to drop him off at daycare this morning to get here, that's commitment and making sure that I show up, not just for my career, but to show up for my son and for my family. That's what matters the most. And so I have to make sure that I'm intentional. I like to use that word a lot, but that I'm intentional about continuing to grow my relationship with my son and with my family, to let him know that nothing is more important than the relationship that I have with him. So, yeah.
I love that because it's so funny when you become a parent, children's TV shows become
Oh
like
my
the only thing that you watch.
Yes.
Children's songs are all you listen to. And I saw that you rewrote an Usher song for Jules
for
TV.
Jules TV, yeah.
It's so
Yeah.
funny because I just watched that episode with my son the other day.
That's
so when I figured
wild.
it was you, I was
Yeah.
like, look at us having to do the parent thing right now. Was that cool? cool. That was a cool
Oh
experience.
no, it's super dope. Yeah, like Jules TV and the Brim family, they're kind of like my extended family. So shout out to Jules TV, Miss Rachel, Gracie's Corner. It's so many different platforms that's out there for kids that allow for them to soak in all of that information and education. So it's been fun.
Yeah, absolutely. So with our last couple of minutes, I do want to get into your singles.
Yes.
Because we're currently playing Lost in You. Lost in You with Jade Nova.
Yes,
that's
shout out
one
to
of
Jade.
oh my gosh, absolutely hands down one of my faves. But your Love Up-Tempo tour is coming, but Love in the Middle.
Yes.
I gotta give you kudos because I don't know, like you've written and done a whole bunch of different songs, but Love in the Middle, it just does something to me.
Thank you.
And we actually just started playing it on Lit 106, so because we love you on Lit, but really quickly talk about that. Talk about the inception of that particular single.
Love in the Middle was created in Nashville. Co-produced and co-written by Claude Kelly and Chuck Harmony, and went down to Nashville, and I told them that I wanted to make a record for the blue collar lover. So that's the people that are the nurses, the UPS worker, anybody that gets up and goes and get it that has that 9 to 5. I feel like they are overlooked and underserved as it pertains to R&B music as it speaks about love. And so I wanted to make sure that this record spoke directly to them. And so I think we accomplished that and made sure that we had a record that feels good, that was a bop, and that you could do like a little two-step to.
It's
so,
all of that, y'all. I'm telling you, we play it literally once an hour on Lit 106. Now, again, I do want to get into your tour that's coming up, the Love Up-Tempo tour. Shout out to Sirius XM because they're the brains or the people behind, if you will. So let's chat about that.
Yes, the Love Up-Tempo tour, it starts in March. So I'm super excited about that. We're going to hit cities like St. Louis, Chicago, Philadelphia, New York, Boston, Baltimore, Pittsburgh, Houston, LA, different places like that. So,
And tickets are on sale now, right?
Tickets are on sale at KevinRossMusic.com. KevinRossMusic.com, yes.
Yes, I love that. Well, Kevin Ross, I could sit and talk to you for a full hour, but unfortunately, we are out of time. Y'all give it up again for Kevin Ross.
Thank you, guys.
Well, with our last couple of minutes, I don't know. Would you be open just to give us a little something, whatever? A little something.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. Love in the Middle. 'Cause you worked all day and you've been going through things. Yeah, you deserve a break. So let's stop for a little, put love in the middle, and I just got paid. Put that bag away. 'Cause it's all on me, yeah. So let's stop for a little, put love in the middle, yes. Yes. Front and center, baby. Girl, I'm trying to be in the middle now since we have an intimate audience here. Keep clapping. keep clapping, yeah. Audience, now everybody sing whoa. Whoa. Sing whoa. 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 Oh. 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 Sing whoa. Whoa. Sing whoa. Whoa. Oh. 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 'Cause you worked all day and you've been going through things. Yeah, you deserve a praise. So let's stop for a little, put love in the middle, and I just got paid. Put that bag away. 'Cause it's all on me. So let's stop for a little, put love in the middle, babe.
I told y'all. Okay, so listen, make sure you catch Kevin Ross's brand new single, Love in the Middle. We're playing it once an hour on Lit 106, like I said. All right, you guys, make sure you tap into it. I'm looking at the wrong camera. We right here. Okay, so listen, Kevin Ross, really quickly, shout out your social media, your website, all of the things. Where can my live squad connect with you?
Yes, make sure that you follow me at Kevin Ross Music on all social media platforms. If TikTok still exists within the next 30 days, that'll be I Am Kevin Ross.
Yes.
And most importantly, make sure that you get tickets to the Love Up-Tempo tour at KevinRossMusic.com. That's right. Yeah.
Yes, Kevin Ross, thank you so much for hanging out with us today. All right, squad, that does it for the Autumn Joy Live show. Listen, if you want tickets, head over to my website, autumnjoy.com/tickets. Grab your tickets for the next show before they're gone. Thank you to all of my guests for hanging out with us today. And you all have an amazing, amazing rest of your week, and I will tap in with you next time. Bye!
I know you heard her on the radio.